Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Krista Llewellyn and I am a makeup artist and a makeup educator, and today I'm going to go over some of my practices for when I'm working on set nowadays in concerns for COVID-19. So obviously, as things are progressing in the world, things will change, things will evolve, and our understanding of exactly what the virus is going to be constantly changing and evolving. So will your practices for it. So these are what I'm currently doing with the large amount of research that I have done in terms of how to stay safe while you are continuing to work. So these are a few tips and precautions that I have started to take while I'm working on set, and a few upgrades that I've made to my kit. So I will go through all of those with you today. There are also a great amount of resources that you can sort of look up on your own in terms of doing your own research into what you should be doing on set or when you're working with a client. So I would highly suggest you to go and look those up. I will post some of those in my links. Some things that I have just in my kit in one of the side pockets. I have all of these paperwork things. The first is my various amount of sanitation classes that I've taken. So there's a couple of different ones that you can take. There's Safe Sets, which is about going on set and just working within a film environment. Dermalogica has a Clean Touch certification, and most of the certifications I've done do not cost any money. I've only done the free ones. There are some, like Sanitation Conversation, that do have a price tag to them, so it's up to your discretion if you want to spend your money to take those courses. But I've taken a bunch of free ones, and for the most part, they say about the same thing. Rejuvenate, which is a brand of sanitation spray. Barbicide. Now Barbicide has two. They have their regular Barbicide course, and then they have a COVID-19 specific course. Milady training, which I thought was the most thorough, and I got my most helpful tips from this one, even though it's mostly for nail salons and spas and things like that. And then I also have a helpful little tip from the Makeup Standard. I highly suggest that you go to themakeupstandard.org. They have a ton of very, very useful information, little pamphlets like this, things that you can look into and research yourself, and they have a bunch of volunteer doctors that help them put all this information together, so they are a great resource. And speaking of the Makeup Standard, I also have the Makeup Artist Sanitation Standard book that's here. There's a little booklet, like a pamphlet, that has very specific things for you to do, how to treat your kit, how to treat your setup, what sort of PPE you should be wearing. It's all in here, and it's a pretty nice compiled list. So there's a bunch of really good information in this. I highly suggest you go to themakeupstandard.org and print that out for yourself.
So the first thing that I want to go over are the different types of PPE. There are many different types of masks, and each job will have different requirements. So first we have the KN95 mask. There are a couple of different types of these out there, so you can look online to see which ones you like the best. And production ideally should be providing them for you, and they're pretty standard for bigger productions. The next we have the N95 mask. This provides the most protection, but is less likely to be bought for productions because the KN95s are cheaper. They are also a little bit less comfortable for long days. So definitely shout out to all of the healthcare workers who have to wear these ones, particularly every single day for long hours. Next we have surgical masks. I bought the ones in black because they help with the glare that happens on my face shield. These are also great for actors in between scenes because they don't fit so close to the face. I don't like to wear them for that reason because they don't fit as close to the face. But if you end up just twisting the ear loops, if you have a small face like me, it does tend to fit a little bit snugger to the face. The next type of mask we have is a standard cloth mask. This one is one of my own making. If you want, you can go to my Etsy shop, which is Shop Rogue Etsy. I will link it below. And mine are made of 2 layers of cotton fabric and 2 layers of non-woven interfacing with a wire nose bridge. I like to wear ones that go around my head while I'm working, not necessarily the ones that go behind my ear. if you are not being provided a KN95 or an N95 mask, I would say that it's safe practices to double mask. Currently, the CDC is recommending double masking, and I usually pair mine with a surgical mask. It's also very important to wear a face shield to protect the top of your face as well as your eyes. I like the ones that attach onto sort of like the glasses frame. Make sure that you take off the protective film before you put the shield on. The current ones I have are a little bit difficult to reuse and pack away, but they are better for fogging. A lot of the times the face shields like to fog up, but I found that the ones that sit on glasses like this make it a little less likely for that to happen. And also, if you are someone who wears glasses, these do fit comfortably over a pair of glasses. Next, I'm going to go over how I set up my station. First, I take a basic home cleaner to sanitize my station. Now, sanitizing only cleanses the surface, cleans off the dirt and the grime and anything that's left on there. And make sure it's totally clean before you go on to the next disinfecting stage. Then I like to disinfect the surface. I currently use Diversity's Virex TB. It's important to read the label for the wet down time. For Virex TB, it's 3 minutes. And the wet down time is the amount of time that it should sit on the surface to properly disinfect. Next, I place my vinyl makeup mats. The vinyl mats are good because they can be cleaned and sanitized in between clients. To sanitize them first, I wipe them down with 99% alcohol. Then to disinfect them, I go in with 70% alcohol, and 70% alcohol has a wet down time of 10 minutes. So make sure that you fully let it sit and be wet for that 10 minutes to disinfect. While that was setting up, I went ahead and set up my chair. And next I'm going to be putting my CC cover or clean chair cover onto my chair. Now this is also something of my own design. You can find it at Shop Rogue Etsy. Again, the link will be below. But this can be cleaned and disinfected the same way as the mats. Or you can use disinfecting wipes. But again, this can be cleaned in between each client. Don't forget to sanitize your hands between each step. Next, I begin to set up my products, making sure to clean them before they go on the station. I have some trays for clean and dirty products and tools. And I make sure to set them up on different sides of my station so I don't get them confused. I also really like these wipe cases. They are easy to clean and easy to reload. Sometimes I have to arrange things and rearrange them to make them perfect. Next, I keep my liquids and skincare in a covered box so they aren't exposed. One of my new favorite tools is my pocketbook, which is great for tools, products, and disposables. They come with individual little bags. It's super easy to clean and super cute. I also like to keep my brushes covered. I have an acrylic case for my beauty brushes, and a softer vinyl case for my effects brushes. I also keep my disposables in small little plastic cases as well. I use little refillable white bags for my gloves. And I like to keep my products in their bags on my station, that way they're not exposed. Another thing I started doing is making individual actor packs with powder, disposables, and product cases. That way each actor has their own individual set. Some tools that you definitely need are palettes. I like wax paper palettes. It's also good to have a metal or glass palette, as well as palette knives. And there is my kit, all nice and set up. Things are tucked away in their cases so they are not exposed to the open air. And next I'm going to show you some best practices to working with your product. For pressed powders, you can do something called ghost, where you take a cotton round and grab product from it and work off of the cotton round. This is a hit and miss with me sometimes, and it's best with high pigment products. For creams, never ever double dip. Always take the product out onto a palette. And again, the wax paper palettes are really great if you want to save that color and use it again for touch-ups later. Another great product are reusable Ziplocs. They are great to hold brushes for touch-ups. And when I'm done with my tools, I put them in my dirty brush box. That way they can be cleaned later. After using each product, I spray it with 70% alcohol before putting it back in my kit.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it really informative. Thank you so much for the support, and I hope you have a good day.